Hello, welcome back to Learn Economy. In this video, we are going to see the propensity to consume or consumption function. In order to construct a macroeconomic model such as the one developed by Keynes, there have been many other economists as well who have dealt with the propensity to consume aspect or the consumption function aspect. So, in order to understand these models, we should have a clear understanding regarding what consumption function is. There have been many factors which influence the consumption function, and we have to understand that the great disposable income is one of the primary factor which it is one of the primary factors which influences the consumption function. So in this video we will be concentrating on the relationship between the planned consumption as well as income, which is simply known as the consumption function. Keynes' consumption function has got certain attributes, like it says that the consumption is a stable function of disposable income, which is we can see that C is equal to function of Y, and consumption is assumed to be something which varies directly with disposable income. That means that as your income rises, your consumption would also increase. Your consumption would also increase. The rate of increase in consumption is less than the rate of increase in income. So the marginal propensity to consume in Keynesian system, we have to understand that it's always less than 1. That means that MUC is less than 1. It is less than your average propensity to consume in the short run, and here the consumption expenditure is a planned one. It is not the actual one. Thus, consumption function, which is the relationship between your consumption and disposable income, that is established. Here, we have to understand the terminologies, APC and MPC, before going on. APC is a ratio of consumption to income, which is a proportion of income which is consumed. It is worked out by dividing the total consumption by total income. Symbolically, we can see that APC is equal to C by Y. In the case of MPC, which measures the response of consumption spending to change in income, or it is a ratio of change in consumption to change in income. This is obtained by dividing the change in consumption by change in income. That is delta C by delta Y. That is symbolically the MPC is equal to delta C by delta Y. I'll be giving you an example here in order to make you more clear regarding both APC and MPC. Just suppose that your disposable income rises from 100 crore to 200 crore. That means that the increase is delta 100, right? Your delta Y is equal to 200 minus 100, which is equal to 100, right? As a result of this increase from 100 to 200, consumption spending rises by rupees 125 to 200. Okay, we just eliminate the aspect of crore here in order to make you more clear, or in order to make it more simple. Thus, your MPC is equal to 200 minus 125 divided by 200 by 100, which is equal to 3 by 4. In the economic meaning of this is that if your national income rises by 4 rupees, your consumption spending would increase by 3 rupees. The remainder 1 rupee would be saved. Since at zero level of income, consumption is positive, your MPC is always positive. Further, since increase in consumption is less than that of income, the value of MPC is greater than 1. The relationship between planned consumption expenditure and disposable income, you can see here. You can see that your propensity to consume and save, it is changing over different levels of your income. Just understand that how your consumption pattern changes, how your saving pattern changes over different levels of income. As a result of the same, your APC, your MPC, APS, MPS, everything will be changed, right? Here you can see that when the income is zero, consumption is positive, but when income increases, consumption also rises. As there is a rise in consumption, you can see that consumption increase, if it is less than rise in income, your APC declines. Since the rate of increase in consumption is less than the rate of increase in income, the value of MPC is less than 1. At the same time, MPC is always positive because consumption is positive even if your income is zero. Finally, we can see that your MPC is greater than, sorry, your APC is greater than MPC. That means that your MPC is less than your APC. Consumption function equation is C is equal to A plus BY. C is your consumption and Y is your income. And if we are looking into a macro, in a macro point of view, you can see that C is the consumption of the country and Y is the national income. Here we can see that the consumption is a linear function of income, and the equation will give you a straight line. The autonomous consumption part is represented by small letter a. Small letter a means your autonomous consumption. That means that consumption does not vary with the level of national income. This A is always positive. And coming to B, B is known as a behavioral coefficient or your MPC, which shows your induced consumption. And as per Keynes, MPC is always positive but less than 1, and B is the slope of consumption line. MPC is the slope of consumption line. Just see the figure here. You can see that all the points on 45-degree line show the values measured on two axes that are equal. That is Y is equal to C. C dash shows your consumption line, and here A is greater than 0. That means that even if your level of income is 0, your consumption will be happening. Consumption line C dash is upward rising, which means that there exists a positive relationship between consumption and income. As your income increases, your consumption also will increase up to a point, right? It's also induced consumption. At point E, you can see that your income equals your consumption, and this is a break-even point. And after this point, you can see that your consumption, your income, Y minus C would become positive. That means that there is something which is left over after your consumption, which would be saved. Actually, to the left of point E lies the 45-degree line, which determines the saving aspect. On the other hand, to the right of this line, you can see the positive saving occurring. In order to determine the value of MPC, we have chosen 2 points. That's very important. As we move from F to D, income increases, and MPC can be determined. C dash is straight line. MPC would remain constant at all the levels of income. MPC remain constant as your income increases. APC would continuously decline on the straight line consumption function. So in this figure, you can see that the slope of rate beta, which is equal to tangent of angle beta, and therefore equal to OM by OY. Slope of the ray to point H is APC at that point, and you can see the slope of the dashed line OH, and OH1 represents APCs at point H and H1. Since the slope of ray OH1 is less steep than that of slope of OH, APC declines as income increases. In order to calculate MPC, one must take into consideration the slope of consumption line C dash between points F and D. By inspection, we can see that tan beta and tan theta, these are greater than tan theta, and that means that APC is greater than MPC. Okay, in this figure you will see that APC remains constant at all levels of income. Keynesian consumption function of short run variety shows that APC is always greater than MPC. The equation shows a linear consumption function. We have already said that Keynesian consumption function is a short run one, and the relationship between income and consumption is non-proportional, and your MPC is always greater than MPC. In the long run consumption function, there is a proportional relationship. Here MPC is equal to APC. Here the consumption function is C is equal to BY. Coming to saving function or propensity to save. As propensity to consume refers to willingness to consume, so does the propensity to save. S is equal to Y minus C, right? And Keynesian saving function has two characteristics, mainly three characteristics. Okay, three characteristics. Saving is a stable function of disposable income. Saving weight is directly with the disposable income. Rate of increase in saving is less than rate of increase in income. So as income increases, this saving vanishes and there would be positive saving happening. as per Keynes, this feature suggests that the value of marginal propensity to save is positive, but it is